Boing, boing.
I'm sorry. Did I scare anyone away? Is everyone still here? Hello everyone and welcome back. And I say welcome back because this is another Donkey Kong Country game. We've done two so far. Today we're jumping into the third one, Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. Now, just as before, in 2011 we did Donkey Kong Country 1. In 2012, last year, we did Donkey Kong Country 2. We're moving along in the series. It's 2013. That means it ends in a 3. And we're doing...
Wow.
I just blew my own mind because I didn't actually realize that. Mal and I have been practicing a little bit. We're going to be practicing and then recording just for the fact that the Donkey Kong Country games are hard. They're very difficult, and we're trying to 103% this game. You could 101% Donkey Kong Country 1, you could 102% Donkey Kong Country 2. You can actually 105% this game, but in order to do that, you have to put in a cheat code that makes the game incredibly difficult by removing the halfway barrels, and we're not doing that. Are you excited?
I am. Can we play it in French?
No. If we play it in French, I won't be able to read it to everyone.
Oh.
Now, before we jump into this, I do want to remind you, in case you somehow missed it, we're doing a giveaway. We did a giveaway of the first game. We did a giveaway of the second game. We're now doing a giveaway of the third game. So there's a separate video. Go check out that video. It gives you all the rules and regulations for how you can win a actual physical card of Donkey Kong Country 3. Not particularly a rare game, but the rarest of the Donkey Kong Country trilogy. And the reason is probably because they didn't make as many. They didn't make as many because this game actually came out in November 1996, 2 months after the Nintendo 64 debuted in America. Meaning, a lot of people were getting kind of off the Super Nintendo kick. The N64 had one of the strongest launches in history. It came out with Super Mario 64, one of the best games ever made. So a lot of people were starting to move on over to the N64, and I think the N64 overshadowed this title just a little bit. And I have to hit the button again or we're going to watch them jump around. Alright, so enough of that. You guys know that there's a giveaway. You guys know the history of the game.
Are those supposed to be VHS tapes?
Yes. They're VHS tapes. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
What kind of friggin' VCR is this, right? So we're going to make a new game. We're going to be doing two-player team, as we've done in all of the previous LPs. And we actually get to name each person separate. So we have Practice, or Prac and Tis, on our practice game. But we can actually name us... I guess we could put in our actual names.
Go for it.
It won't fit very well, but I can make it happen. Let's see. Steve... I'm gonna have to do VN, which I did in Brawl.
Yeah.
I think I did that in Brawl, and then you get to put in your own name, which you are named.
Mine'll fit.
Well, you are lucky. M A L, and then there's an OK. It's at the very end. And OK. Stephen Mao. All right, so all of the Donkey Kong Country games thus far have all kind of went around the plot of, K. Rool was bad. This one's a little different, or so it seems. Hello there, it's me, Miss Wrinkly Kong. Hi, Miss Wrinkly Kong. I found life too hectic at school with all those naughty Kremlins pestering me all the time. Also notice the N64 in the background. If you need to save your game, Dixie, call here anytime. And I'll record your progress on my new VidMe What's-It machine for you. Thanks, Wrinkly. And there is our current progress. Whole lot of friggin' nothing. But at least we're trying. When crossing the jungle, remember to look left, right, and then up for falling monkeys. I remember playing this game as a kid, and for whatever reason, when you're a kid, anytime anyone says anything like that really sticks out in your head. So, I was playing the game, and I would, constantly be looking at the top of the screen, where are the monkeys? Where's the monkeys gonna go? And I didn't kind of understand that. There's a new element in this in the game. First off, you could tell there's a friggin' overworld, which is very different because we haven't had one of those.
You can swim.
You can swim. You actually get different vehicles, and you can explore the world that way. There's wrinkly save caves throughout the different worlds. This is the main overworld hub, and then each world has an overworld map that you can explore. Other new feature are these bears. There's bears all over the world. Hello there, young Dixie. My name's Bazaar, and this is my general store. All of my brothers are scattered over these islands. Pop in and say hello if you meet them on your travels. and then you can do random crap. Basically, the only thing the bears are useful for is at the very end of the game is when I usually deal with them. You have to do a bunch of different trading between all of the bears. It's like a big fetch quest mission. Once you do all of that, it allows you to do necessary things to get an extra % added on your game. Like, it's not necessary to do it at all. And because of that, we're not even going to be dealing with that until the very end of the LP. We'll do it to get 103%, but it's...
Not for a while.
Not for a while. It's really not required. The other option we have at the very beginning is Funky's Rentals. Funky is back, because why not? He's one of the coolest characters.
He's funky.
And he's now running a shop. Yo, Dixie, what's happening? I've set up my smoking new boat shop up on this island. But that's not all. I've also brought your excellent cousin, Kitty Kong, along for the ride. Yay. He may be a toddler, but if you let him throw you upwards, you almost reach for the stars. Oh, yeah! And if you throw him, his humongous body can smash through the floor of some areas. Trust me! It's weird because that makes it out like he throws him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always throw your cousin. All right, let's motorboat. Well, you know what I mean. Choose the motorboat. All right, so let's go down to the first area here. Now, there's actually some other areas we can explore. For example, this little area right here, and I'm going to show you one. I'm going to show you this one, but it's another thing that we don't have to deal with until the end of the game. But sure, why the heck not? There are, I think, 15 different banana birds in the game. Once again, not all that required, just useful for getting an extra % at the end of the game. So we'll go up here to Bounty Beach, and we have to play a game of Simon. B, Y, B, A. So then we B, Y, B, A. It breaks the crystal rock and releases the banana bird.
Are they ever any harder?
As you progress, instead of doing 4, it adds more and more.
Okay.
But I think that there's a max. Like, it doesn't go over 8 or something. So you do those little Simon puzzles throughout the game, and you get a banana bird. Once again, along with the bears, none of that is required to have fun with the game. It's just extra bullcrap. Alright, so the first world is Lake ORANGA. We're going to get started here. The first level is Lakeside Limbo. If I'm not mistaken, they continue the alliteration thing of the levels, because in the past 2 Donkey Kong Country games, all of the levels are alliterated, and same thing with 3. Lakeside Limbo. So
You're going to switch to me.
Yeah, I am going to switch to you. So we have Dixie Kong and Kitty Kong. It's a little different because, like in the first game, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Mal while she gets started. She's going to throw me up there. In the first game, you have Donkey and Diddy.
Oops.
And Donkey and Diddy can't do any sort of team-up attack. So, I mean, there's certain areas where you need Diddy, but you almost never need Donkey Kong at all. But starting in the second game, they had team-up attacks where you actually have to have both Kongs at the same time in order to do certain things. That is continued on here, except instead of giving us Diddy, who is actually, besides his little roll attack, he's not quite as useful as Dixie. In this version, we have Kitty, who is huge, so we can use him to pound through the floor, such as this. Boom!
Good job.
Yeah, I threw you through the floor. For the record, unless otherwise specified, the entire LP, I will be playing as Dixie, and Mal will be playing as Kitty.
Kitty.
Now, let's collect some stars. Bonus coins are back. You do need the bonus coins in order to get a high score in the game. For the record, I don't know if I mentioned this at the start, but in the first Donkey Kong Country, it's possible to 101% the game. In the second one, you can 102% the game. In this game, you can 103% the game, which is what we're going to be going for, but you can actually go further and get 105%, but you have to enter a cheat code. We're not doing that. It makes the game too hard.
You already said that part.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember if I said that or not. This guy is Coin. He holds a DK coin. DK coins were introduced in the second game. They're back. They're a lot easier to, I guess, get because you just have to look for that enemy. In some of the levels, he's hidden, but for the most part, it's pretty easy to find him. Another thing I really like about the third game is that it seems to be a little more forgiving when it comes to the bonus barrels. Whenever you get to a bonus barrel, if you fail it, it tends to put you right back where you were, which is really nice.
Whee!
We're going to drop down here, and if we skip that and go to the next side, there's actually a secret... Yep.
Secret green balloon.
You almost said
I almost
banana.
said banana.
It's a really funny banana. Another one of the mini games in this game is to collect bananas. So you're going to have stars, you're going to have bananas, and then there's another one where you can, you know, kill baddies to get the bonus coins. Actually, there's a really weird cheat code that you can enter at the beginning of the game, and it turns all of the bananas in these minigames into Christmas presents, and it turns all the stars into bells. And every time you do the bonus levels, it plays Christmas type music, which is really weird. Okay, so this is our new animal friend introduced in the third game. They actually got rid of Rambi, which, in my opinion...
That's okay, the elephant's way cuter.
Well, it's not as useful.
I know, but he's cute.
This is Ellie the elephant. She's sort of useful. If you go back, actually...
Did I miss something?
Well, if you grab me...
Oh, yeah.
Can you throw me up there? There we go. Some extra lives. One of the reasons that the second LP went so smoothly is because we managed to get a lot of lives at the beginning, and I'm really hoping that we can continue to get some lives throughout this LP, especially at the beginning, because then the rest of the LP is going to go much more smoothly. All right.
You can explain the flags?
Yeah, I probably should. Okay. This game has a really useful feature for letting you know what you've achieved in a level. Now, the second level down there has got a big black flag with a K on it. That means that we haven't done that level yet. Now, when you finish a level, depending on which Kong finished the level, you'll get their color flag. So, for example, if Kitty finishes the level, he's got a blue flag. If Dixie finishes the level, she's got a pink flag. Now, if you don't get all of the bonus barrels, the flag will be, I guess, kind of curled up. It'll be barely affected by the wind. If you get all of the bonus barrels, it'll be flying in the wind, like it is in the first level there. If you get the DK coin, you'll also get a gold pennant that flies with it. Is that what you call that?
It is a pennant. You should have learned that last weekend.
Yeah, we played Pictionary,
yes.
And it said pennant, and I had to actually look it up. I was like, wait, pennant? Okay, so since Mao finished that level, the game automatically switches over to me. It would even do that if Mao was the only character. For example, if I was dead and Mao finished that level by herself, the game would then get rid of Kitty for whatever reason and replace Kitty with Dixie, and then I would get to play. So they really want people to take turns. Oh, and the other thing, there's a exclamation point at the end of this level now, and that's because we got everything. Just other ways you can figure it out. All right, doorstop dash. Woo! The music is good. The music is created by the same people that worked on the other games, Evelyn Fisher and David Wise. Evelyn Fisher actually did more of the music in this game than David Wise. David Wise is the one who's normally associated with the music of Donkey Kong Country, but he did work on a few of the tracks. So we're going to work on... we don't have to grab all of the Kong leathers. That's only required for 101% in the first game. They're not required in the second game at all. Alright, so I'm going to throw you up here. Yeah! And then I am able to fly through the door into a bonus barrel. Now, the first world is pretty easy as far as trying to remember like where everything is. But as time goes on, I suspect that we'll probably forget a few things about where things are located. And actually, another reason that we're doing Donkey Kong Country 3, besides the fact that, you know, it makes sense to do it, is because I really want to prove to myself that this is a good game. This was always my least favorite Donkey Kong Country. It's not that I thought it was bad, but I certainly didn't think it was anywhere near as good as the first two. And I mean, I think that's a shared sentiment because it hasn't, you know, achieved as good of ratings as the first two games did. But whenever we did the LP last year, it really proved to me how good the second game was, because I always thought the first game was better than the second one. And after we did that LP, I was like, you know what? I take it back. I am in love with Donkey Kong Country 2. It is much better than the first one. I don't suspect that I'm going to think that 3 is better than 2, but I do want to prove to myself that 3 is actually a good game. Because, I don't know, I liked it as a kid, but I always kind of thought that it wasn't as good as, you know, the other ones.
You almost missed that.
I almost did, but I didn't want to get hit by that bee. Also, the bee design changed. Now they have, like, buzzsaws on them. Everything's very mechanical. Alright, so now we just have to find the coin. And, this one is... Oh, God, I almost died. I thought he was coming all the way to the other one, but he wasn't. Should be able to just fly here. What up?
I was, like, walking in the air.
Now in the other games, yellow bees are the ones that you can kill with barrels. In this game, it's green bees, and then I think it's red bees.
You can kill with metal barrels.
Yeah, but in the old games, or in 1 and 2, they're also red, aren't they?
I think so.
I think they're red. Yeah. It's terrible because I'm such a big fan of the Donkey Kong series, but after you've been playing 3 for a while, it's hard to remember all the stuff about the other games. It looks like we're gonna, yeah, we got all the leathers. Come get some, bee. No, please leave me alone. All right, this is a really interesting part. If you have Dixie, you can just kind of take your time. And if you take your time, you'll notice that there's a ledge that sticks out to the left here, and that's where coin is. So it's actually very easy to miss coin. You can still get it with Kitty, but you have to know about it ahead of time. We just pull this down and go,
Is that how you have to do that?
Yes, Mal, you're doing it wrong. You can throw those and ride them just like in the old games. Can I do it? Can I do it? Oh, God. Give me another one. I'm going to try this. Piss! Piss! No! No! Dang it!
You suck at jumping.
I do suck! There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that this was there. But you can actually also do that to Kitty, and I don't remember if there's any particular points where you really need to do that in the game, but you can do it. There's another ability that we haven't shown that we're going to attempt to show
next one?
Maybe next episode, but also maybe in a future episode. I'm not sure. It's a skill that Kitty can use, and you actually have to use it in some areas of the game. It is hard as crap to do. Kitty can actually skip on the water, and Mao has a super hard time doing it. I have a super hard time doing it. I can already tell you that there's going to be a few places in the game that we're going to struggle with because of that move. It's very, very hard to do. There's a spot in the next level where we can do it.
Oops, wrong way.
But I usually don't do it, just for the fact that you can actually get there with Dixie's helicopter spin. Tidal trouble. Continuing with the alliteration, of course. Alright, if you throw me up there, I'll grab the, well, I won't grab. You'll grab the barrel.
Hi, coin. Oh my God.
If you miss it, they put the things back. See, it's weird because in some ways, Donkey Kong Country 3 is really forgiving. And then in other ways, it's actually pretty hard. This is, obviously a way that it's pretty forgiving. There we go. And it's nice that they put coin right at the beginning, too. So we're going to be encountering some clownfish in this particular level. You're not going to deal with that bee. You could just jump over him. You could have went under him. We already have our 2 Kongs. Mao, I'm gonna tell you guys a secret that Mao won't tell you. Mao gets really stressed out about the Donkey Kong Country games because she's good at. There's certain video games that she's really, really good at, but I'm better at platformers. And it's not that Mao's terribly bad at platformers, but the Donkey Kong Country series is a very demanding platforming series.
Die, Juggalo fish. Oh, Juggalo fish!
You ran into the Juggalo fish! Although, since I said that, I'll probably run into it. You don't have to have on guard to get past here, but if you don't...
helpful.
Well, if you don't, you're going to lose a Kong. You might be able to squeeze through there with Dixie's helicopter spin, but probably not. So we got to collect our stars here, and we need to make sure that when we kill this guy, he's up. There we go. And then otherwise, it's a pretty simple thing to do. We can also do our charge-up moves, just like they introduced in the second game, by holding the A button. And On Guard is dead.
Not dead, he just exploded into bananas.
Like all animals should. I'm not even going to try to get that coin. Every time I've tried to get that coin, I have lost a Kong.
Oh.
Swim under here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Go under here. There's the red ones that move. Alright, these are called knickknacks. We can jump on them. Nope, 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 nope. Grab this thing. Bam! Alright. Now here is the part where Kitty apparently continues to run in place. Now if you can get Kitty's attack to work, where he bounces on the water, you can do it here. But it is hard as crap. Luckily, Dixie can just barely reach it. So I'm going to attempt to get over there. Dude, that was close. It's like you just barely reach it. But if not, you'll just sit there all day trying to do it with Kitty. And the problem is, once you kill those knickknacks, they don't come back until you die. So you literally have to kill yourself if you want to do it over again.
Good job.
Thank you.
I know it was difficult.
Yeah, to be fair, that's probably the easiest one you can do. All right. Now, Mal, would you like to attempt a skip here?
Sure.
Mal's going to attempt a skip. Now, in order to do the skip, if I could switch to you. In some areas of the game, if the there we go. If the platform's small, you can't do it. Mal has to roll off of the platform. There you go. She did it. In order to do the skip, you have to roll, and then immediately died. In order to do a skip, you have to roll off of the platform, and then you're rolling, and as soon as you hit the water, you have to jump, and you can get 2 jumps. The second jump is going to be higher than the first one, but it's really difficult because you have to be, in order to get the maximum distance, you have to be running, and it's just really, really hard to do. I mean, it's hard for me to do, and you know, I grew up with the game. There we go.
Fantastic.
And since I finished the level, it's going to have a pink flag and the pennant.
Look at us dance in place, walking.
Is that what you call dancing?
They're like sort of wiggling.
They're sort of wiggling, sort of, kind of. Anyway, that is it for the first episode. I feel like this first episode went really smoothly.
Because it was really 3 easy levels.
Well, yeah, but don't expect this game to go smoothly. The later levels are incredibly intense. I know I've said in the past that, you know, the second game is really hard. The third game is also really hard. In fact, there's some really ridiculous stuff that happens in some of the later levels. But stay tuned. And once again, I know I said it at the beginning, but I reiterate, if you haven't signed up for, you know, the giveaway, go check out the other video. I'll put the link to it in the description below in case you missed it, and perhaps you could win a Donkey Kong Country 3 cart. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and catch Mal and I next time for another exciting episode of Stephen and Mal Play Donkey Kong Country 3. We're giving away a copy of the cart. A copy of Donkey Kong Country 3 for the Super Nintendo. Now, if you'd like a chance to win this cart, you only have to do 2 things. The first, you gotta fly through all of these trees. And
Conveniently placed.
Yeah, who did that? Also, these are big trees, man.
They are. They're like redwoods.
If you think about how big a monkey is, although if you say that, I guess how big are those friggin' bees? They're scary.